So I was at work the other day. Try to start my blower. Something doesn't seem right. It's pulling, it's fighting me, and I don't like to fight. And then I noticed this. That is an issue. I had to stop and think for a minute. Then I had a good idea. So I have my Stihl blower here, right? And so the gas comes up, goes into the carburetor, which allows the fuel and air mixture to go through here into the piston. With that full, then it comes out of the exhaust. So with this full of fuel, it's hard to get it to pull. And it's forcing it through into the piston, which is filling with gas. Again, that makes it hard to pull here. Then it forces fuel through into there, which is not good at all. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna order from Amazon. I got this little package here. This thing is cool. 17 bucks. Comes with extra push, little primer caps, fuel line, all kinds of parts. Spark plug, fuel filter, U-gasket, and best of all, entirely new carburetor. Boop. Boop. Damn, it works on all of those other people's videos. Boop. Guess I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Alright. So I have my blower here. It's a Stihl BG86. I took this long piece off just to make it easier to work on. Get that out of here, and first thing we have to do is address this issue, because again, this is not good at all. Dripping fuel right out, especially on my tailgate, it's not the best thing. But first thing we have to do is take this whole faceplate off with the pull. See, this is a Torx bit. It has those little points on there and stuff. But if you don't have a Torx bit, like I don't have one on me, an Allen wrench works just the same. Just loosen it up. You know, Allen key, Allen wrench. It doesn't matter because it's Allen's either way. So we're still just going to borrow Allen's tool. We got to get all these off. Take them out here. This one luckily only has 3 on this faceplate, so let's go ahead and get this done here. Now make sure you put them somewhere safe, because I've lost many screws. So this comes right off here, and look at that, looks okay. Oh, that works beautifully. That is so much fun. I can't tell you how fun that is. But this would not be the issue. This is much more of an issue than that being tough. Let's go on here. We'll go and get our air filter off. Screw, 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 screw. Goodness, these are always longer than I expected them to be. Screw, 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 screw. All right, coming out. Yes, I have a dirty air filter, but that's the next step. I say we get it running before we change the air filter. I'm gonna get that next, so let's move on. Because an air filter is not hard to get. So, because we have all this fuel coming from in here, leaking through down into here, into the piston. This is the flywheel, which moves the piston up and down. Let's take out this spark plug right here, and then I can get some air to flow through and hopefully dry it up by the time we're done, because I know it's full of fuel. So we just take our little wrench, because I have limited tools where I'm at right now and I didn't feel like going to get them, so let's just get this out. Screw, 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 screw. This doesn't look too bad. I mean, it could definitely use a new one, and it's not shiny like the other ones, but it's also not corroded and crusty. It's a little bit wet from all the fuel sitting on it, but again, not too bad. So up in there, this spins, and now it has no tension on it because there's no compression. So hopefully we're going to let it air out. Our next step here is to take this air filter plate off. Bolts come right through, and there's a couple of nuts right there. But it does fit my screwdriver just right. I think it's, what, 5/16 or something. I really don't care because it fits, so that's what I'm going to work with. Takes it right off and sits right in there. Now, again, put your nuts in your safe space. You don't want to lose them anywhere. I hate when you lose your nuts. Take this one off too. Put that in my safe space. And it should just pop right off. See, boop, just like that. All right, oh my goodness, look at all that gunk and dirty crap all in there just from dust. You know, it happens. Then this here is our actual carburetor, already loose. Let's take this gasket off. With that, never reuse that gasket. And see, comes right up. But we're gonna have to get our linkage up here that goes to the throttle. That's holding it on. We're gonna have to take all these screws out, get this thing off, so that way we don't break the linkage here. Let's get it done quick. Dang, I'm super fast. Super fast. Let's get it done. This here is just a quick tip. Just say, you know, your Allen wrench is a little bit tight and it hurts your fingers. Well, you can do this, get it done faster. It does help, but you gotta hold it on there. That done. Oh, I'm done with that then. How about that? Let's take this thing off now. Let's do it very slowly, because I don't know what's gonna come flying out of here, if there's any springs or nothing. All right, well, luckily we didn't have anything fly off. Looks pretty good. Now this here connects right to the end of the throttle, all the way down to the carburetor. Let's just pop that off. See if we can get this carburetor off here now. All right, well, we got it off, but there's some fuel lines here that we need to undo. Let's give them just a little tug. If they're stuck, like they are, so they've never been off, what we can do is grab you a little tiny end of the screwdriver, a little flathead, and just try to wiggle it in there a little bit, you know, and just loosen up the line between the plastic and the rubber hose. So let's get in there, stick it in, and just give it a little twist. There we go, pops right off. There's one, and here's the other. Of course, this one's gonna give me a little bit of problems. I'm trying to record this, but we'll get it off. Not yet. Hang in there with me. Hang in there. We're gonna get this done together. Okay, that might be good. And boop. All right, and here is your old carburetor. This one here's the choke, full choke, half choke, wide open. Oh boy. Here's the throttle. Brum, 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 brum. Let me show you a little better. Brum, brum, brum. All right. So now, here we go. Let's not forget our last gasket that connects to the motor. That's right. Don't forget, never reuse your old gaskets. It's just not worth it. The square gasket goes against the motor, and the round gasket here goes to the air filter. So just never reuse those. Always get new ones. It's just not worth it. So now that we got all this off, we never really get down in here, so I'm going to clean it up. Might as well, since we're down in here, but I'm not going to spray much of anything. I don't want to get stuff all down in there. I don't want to get it inside the motor. It goes directly into the piston. We do not want crap down in there. So be careful when you're doing this, but it's not super critical. But we're going to get it cleaned up nice enough. Get it all out of here. See, this spins great. This is the flywheel here. Looking at the points, it's pretty close. So there's a magnet in here that spins around. Once it hits that, it makes a little spark from the magnet. Shoots it all the way around to the spark plug. Through that wire, come up, zaps the spark plug, makes fire through the piston, and that's how your motor keeps going. Just in case you wanted to know. So now, basically, we're just going to do everything we already did, but in reverse. We're going to put our gasket to the motor first. Remember, that's the square one. Oh, forgot my linkage down in there. And let me see if I can get it in the way any more than I already am. You don't need to see this part. So I got my linkage out. And we got to put it back in the way it was. And I think it goes this way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does go this way. So we're going to set it down just so I know which way it goes. And we got our gasket on there. Let's inspect our new carburetor. Looks good. Same parts, same sections of things. Okay. You definitely should at least inspect it, at least before you install it. So we're going to take this new one, put it back on here, make sure it lines up. Hook this line up first because it looks like it'd be a pain in the butt after it's already installed. So we got that one on. The other one's on the other side, so maybe we can do this. Hook this linkage up because again, it's in there in the tiniest little crack. I don't think I'd be able to get my big old fingers in there afterwards. And these two screws up and let me see, boop, right down in place. Hold over here back to our throttle button lever switch thing. Alright, it seems to be working fine. Pretty good. Let's hook up this other fuel line. One goes in the carburetor and the other one takes excess fuel and puts it back into the gas can. Now our round gasket, let's put that back on there. Alright. Now that there should be nice and good. Looks good. Let's put our little air filter cap back on. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and clean this thing first because look at that. Since when do we have a chance to do this? Oh, so satisfying. Just look at that. It probably won't be like that for long, but at least I know I put it back better than it came out. Clean this thing here. Hurry up, hurry up. Super speed. Alright, now we're all good and clean, shinied up. Let's go ahead and put this thing back on here. Which way does it go? This way? Maybe? This way? Yeah, it goes this way, guys. I'm just messing with you. Pop it right back on there, and then we'll put our little bolts back on there. We go over to our safe space so we don't have a fit. Get these things all lined up. Here we go, super speed, yeah. Right, tighten it back up there. We're good to go, that's nice and tight. Now that we got that, let's check our choke, make sure it turns in all the different ways. Make sure all this works just fine. Pops back out when I push in the fuel gate lever, whatever it's called, the gassy gas thing. The vroom vroom button. So now we got all that going, it's pretty good. This lines up, this isn't in the way. So I think we're gonna put our spark plug back in here. Let me use my super speed to get this done so I'm not holding y'all up. All right, now just remember, we're tightening up a spark plug, not your belt. Let's do this, just doesn't need to be super tight, just tight enough. Snap this back in place. Everything's still working like a champ. Alright, we're gonna get this now. We gotta have 3 hands here to try to line all this back up. This thing here, super fast again. I know some people wish that they could work this fast. Woo! It takes talent. There, last bit, so we looking pretty good right there. I like it. Looking nice. So now we're going to put our cover back on here with our little pull string thing. That's so much fun. Snap this back on there. Try to get this one lined up. Just so, because it has a little edge that's supposed to... Oop, pulled it out. Pull-out game is on point. But let's put it back in. Go, because it's got to slip right around the edge here and make it look flush. Alright, now we're going to just get our 3 screws, return to our safe space one last time. Put these in. I know y'all don't want to watch me, so Let me speed this up a bit. Now, these don't have to be super tight either. It's only going into plastic, but I learned a good spec tightening system from this guy, Andy, Andy's Little Homestead. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out now. But it's the German spec. It's called when it's Guten tight. He made me giggle. Here, let me hurry up a bit. I'm holding y'all up going home. So now all we got left is our air filter. Don't get on me about the dirty air filter. I'm going to go get one later today and replace it. I don't have to show y'all a video on how to do it, because hopefully you know how to replace your air filter. You know, here's a reminder. You probably need to change your air filter. Just like me. Alright, so now we're good here. We're going to test this again. Let's see if we can give her a couple primes. And... ooh, we got fuel already. God, nice. Let's just go give it a try. What do you say? Let's give it a tug. And let's hope it works out. So here I go. Might get a little bit loud because I wanted y'all to hear. Ooh, it almost started the first pull. Second one. All right, here we go. So I'm going to be a bit louder here because it's going. It's got some smoke because I'm sure there's still some fuel in the piston I need to burn out. But it seems to be running pretty good. Alright, I'm going to let this run for a little bit, put my long piece back on the end, and get it going. Well, I am going to have to tune it up here a bit, but that's a whole nother video, so we're going to talk about that one later. It's going to be a good day. Hope it's a good day for y'all too. I'll see you later. Bye.